Hey everybody, I thought I'd take a minute to kind of show you the behind the scenes. Everybody's seen lots of videos that I've ran out chasing turkeys in front of the camera, but nobody really sees what's on the back side of the camera when I set my butt down at a tree. So this is kind of my little entourage of assault weapons that I've got to battle these toms. A lot of guys ask me over the years, do you have a favorite call? All my calls are my favorite calls. Each one, just like a tool in a mechanics box, there's a specific use for every one of the pieces that I have in my arsenal here. Depending on wind condition, depending on bird temperature, whether he's aggressive, whether he's not aggressive. Hens, does he have one? Does he have a harem? So we kind of just decipher his temperature by taking him apart piece by piece and find out what he likes or what she likes. Seems to be a lot of birds end up getting killed due to the fact that the hen comes to visit you and drags poor old buddy along for the ride, and he ends up going home in a truck. So again, depending on the day, the wind, how quiet it is, how far you're trying to call to these birds, you can kind of start the music with whatever you really want. But I still start out with something that's in my hands as opposed to something that I would have in my mouth. Easy to hear when I can turn something like this box call a little to the left and I can listen hard to the right. I can control some volume, kind of test again the distance that he's going to respond. You don't really want to yell at them all the time, no different than you and I trying to talk. If you're at 20 feet, I'm not going to yell at you, I'm just going to talk to you that you can hear me. So these things can be subtle, but then you can also wail on these things and you can cut through the wind and get these things to reach out a lot farther. So box call is still a very versatile, like I always said, a box call is the only turkey call that comes with a turkey already in it. It doesn't take much to make it sound like a really good turkey. Then you get into your pot calls. These things as well, you can control the volumes and tones, and you can switch from 2 or 3 different turkeys really quickly by just switching up pegs and the item that they're made out of, between a maple and a walnut striker or something that changes the tone to see what he likes. So now we have our slate, mid-range, nice to purr on, nice and subtle. And again, if you need to reach out and touch them and you got this wind that's starting to blow up as the sun comes up, then you'll move into your glass and crystals. So this is what I'll use if I think he's getting away or I'm not really sure how far away they are and I want to try and get their attention. You rip a call on one of these glass, the volume on them is phenomenal. They are very snappy, and they get to the point where you actually can feel your eardrums kind of clog up as they fire out. Wouldn't be surprised we don't get a gobble. Then the almighty mouth call. Great closing item, especially for your archery guys. Got to have your hands free on that bow, no different than with the gun. If you can get a mouth call to work, even if it's just a little bit, it is definitely going to be in your favor to be able to have both hands on the gun, finish him up, or just bring him around that tree that little bit to get that harvest. So don't be afraid to try lots of cool things. Bring all your arsenal to the woods. You just never know what you're going to need to get that gobbler to sound off and commit into your gun or bow. That's my tip of the day.